Standout Pod, man. Welcome back. Episode 11. We're here,
12.
man. Season 1.
12.
Episode
12. 12.
We're back in the stew, in the cut. You already know what it is, man. But listen, all right. Season 2 will be announced January 1st. So make sure y'all tuning in.
I'm retiring
that,
from this YouTube thing, bro. This will be our last video. I didn't want to tell you. I wanted to tell you and the world at the same time that I'm done with Standout Crew. It will be Standout DK from now on because I'm not doing it no more. I realized that it's affecting my ability to create and make my rap career thing, and I don't want to get the label of a YouTube rapper, so I have to put this channel in the dirt, have to get away from this. We went 77 videos in. We were 77 videos strong, and that will be it. That's all that we have. The fact that we just haven't gotten a single subscriber and the fact that our influence only spans as far as India is a problem. So because of all that, I'm not going to do this channel anymore unless everybody watches this video, subscribes to the channel, likes it up, and comments in the comments section. Then I will continue to do this. But today we're gonna be talking about YBN, man. This thing has been getting out of control, man.
Yes.
YBN Namir threatening Almighty J. Almighty J wanting to box Namir. Namir not showing up. Namir acting all hard though he don't even want to box the dude.
Namir. Soul Train flops, and now what are
Visionland flop, bro? Like the whole dang thing flop. You know what I mean?
Listen, bro. Here's the thing, man. Namir has been down bad for a while, bro. He's been down bad because now, after he, released that album and everybody started bullying him for Soul Train and all that stuff, he can't even post on an Instagram comments like in rap or something. This dude posted a comment in the comment section of rap and everybody was clowning him. All the replies were filled with everything about Soul Train. It was like Soul Train was trash. Soul Train sucked. If I gave you all my love,
if I gave you all my love,
snap around, like all those type of stuff were in the replies. This dude was getting heat, and more heat.
And to be honest, I think.
Train. And now when he is down and out, YBN Almighty J, from what I'm hearing, wanted to box Namir.
So apparently, we all know about the YBN split that happened about last year, where YBN Corday ended up dropping a song called Gifted, but he didn't have the YBN in front of his name. So the split happened. We didn't know why. Corday mentioned that he just needed, that he had to move past the phase of his career, but we all know Corday was capping. This is the reason why he left YBN, because apparently Almighty J and Namir have not been cool for a minute.
Dang, so we got some beef going on in YBN.
And Corday's like, listen, this ship is sinking and I ain't gonna sink with it. I'm gonna take the last lifeboat and get the heck off this ship.
Get the heck up out
before it sinks. And that's what Corday did. So now, I remember this time last year, I was saying, Corday's ungrateful and all this other stuff. And now we have the full story. We see why he left. And now I'm like, Corday, Corday, he literally, the worst thing he did in the situation was just leave his homies behind. You know what I mean?
Was just get up out of there.
And to be honest, from what I'm hearing, the chemistry in YBN, like, listen, YBN was never a true collective. Let's be honest. They weren't like ASAP or the Wu-Tang
Migos,
Clan.
Anything.
Yeah, they weren't a rap group. They were barely a collective. YBN served its purpose, and when its purpose was fulfilled, Corday dipped. You know what I mean?
As you should, though.
As he should, as he should. And now that we're looking at it, like YBN's in shambles right now. Like, and to be honest, I'm on Almighty J's side because it's not like, because apparently from what Almighty J says, he ain't even trying to fight it. He ain't even trying to, diss the dude, beef with the dude. Because as he says, Namir's his guy. You know what I mean? He would not be here if it wasn't for Namir, which is fact. And he has made that clear multiple times. Namir's the one over here threatening that he's gonna spank him and everything, but you don't even want to come around and box the guy. You know what I mean?
I don't even want to box him, bro. Stop the absolute cap right there, my friend. Like, you don't even want to box him. You don't even want to do none of that. So why you talking that big talk when you not about it?
Yeah, you know what? And another thing that I've seen is like Almighty J dropped an album recently. And though it didn't sell more than Namir, they sold similar numbers. Almighty J has never been relevant or popping in his entire career, okay? Nah. The dude's a vlogger at this point, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. He's a vlogger at this point. The fact that he's selling about the same amount as Namir, that says something. We are far from the rubbing off the paint, bounce out with that Namir. You know what I mean? Because it is very clear. Namir is, I think I'm ready to say it. Namir's falling off. He's falling off. He's off the cliff. Okay.
He's off the cliff.
He's on the ground at this point. He's on the ground at this point. You know what I mean?
On the ground?
Face
on the
first.
Ground with the rappers with the likes of
Kid Boo.
Lil Xan. Boo?
Lil Xan. I think Namir's falling off. Namir is falling off. Namir has fallen.
Smoke Perp? He's in the likes of those?
The thing is that I can still
the likes of people such as.
But the thing is listen, bro.
Shaq West?
I'm just gonna say I can see Shaq West, Lil Pump, and Smoke Perp all making some sort of comeback. Not like a mainstream comeback, but I could see them getting some sort of buzz, a tiny little buzz. I think Namir, he had his buzz with Apostapa, completely ruined his whole wave. And dropped,
he did not take advantage of it.
And dropped one of the worst debut albums I think I have seen in a minute. And I thought Blueface's debut album of Find the Beat was bad. I thought that was bad. I thought it could not get worse than Blueface basically almost falling off the cliff back in 2020. I thought it couldn't get worse. But no.
Namir's Vision Land or whatever it was called.
Bro.
Terrible album.
And I remember in one of our first pods, it was like our second or third one. I'm like, we gotta watch this album. We gotta listen to this album. I was like, I think this album about to be He was like, we finna react to it on the pod. Then went listen to it. And I'm like, this junk garbage. I was listening to it already. So I'm like, yeah, I agree. And he was like, there's this one song near the end. It's called Soul Train. It's trash. And I'm like, okay, I haven't gotten to that point. When I got to Soul Train, I shut it down. You wish you didn't, bro.
I shut it down. I shut it down. Garbage. I did not finish that album unless that was the last song on the album. I stopped at Soul Train. So wherever Soul Train was in the album, that's where I stopped.
That's where you stopped.
The last song or whether it was the beginning song, that's where I stopped. All right, it was when I heard that Soul Train because god dang was that junk terrible. It started off with this weird beat that I didn't think I would hear a guy like Namir rap on. It was like this summer vibe sort of singing, like 2010 sounding.
But I kind of held my hope, like, okay, this might be fire. And then he comes up with that.
Like something that I'm just keeping it a bug. A white person will rap on, like a white.
That's facts. But I was like, I held my hope, and then I heard if I gave you my love, I'm like,
I lost it. I was like,
you guys be kidding me.
I was like,
this is a troll. He messing with us now.
I thought I was being trolled. I was like, Namir, is this the final product? Who in their right mind engineered that song? Who was the engineer for that song? He needs to be fired. But obviously, his engineering on the auto-tune
Bro, I think BandLab got
No.
better auto-tune. Yeah.
Exactly. Soundtrap BandLab auto-tune is better than
But I
freaking
was
whatever
like,
auto-tune he had. And Soundtrap and BandLab auto-tune is crucified.
exactly.
And
Well, I
you,
mean, it depends because I've been cooking up a little bit on the auto-tune a little bit.
I
So
don't
you
like
just
the auto-tune. I don't like the BandLab or Soundtrap.
you just have to work with it. You gotta play with it. You do have to play with it. You can't use the preset. You gotta play with it.
I know, but I just don't. I don't really
Hey, I
care
know.
for it.
Sometimes it's
I
like,
mean, it's
why?
good. It's good for it's amazing for a free auto-tune type of source. But
Facts.
I just for what you get, you're getting a lot for what you get. But
You just gotta work with it. The way that I do it is listen, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I sat on BandLab for like 2 hours just playing around with their auto-tune. And I found out something that started to make my singing on the auto-tune a little bit better. So hopefully y'all like that when my stuff drops, because bro, I'm just gonna say it, bro. My album I dropped earlier this year, I don't care. That's done 20 times better than the Mirror's album. Where I'm making better stuff.
that Soul City or the other one, Lost Souls.
Well, both of them are a lot better, but but that's listen. I don't think there's hope for Namir to come back. I'm just saying it as it is. I don't think there's any true hope for him to ever come back because he will not escape Visionland. His attitude, Namir's attitude is poor as heck. Like, I cannot deal with this dude's attitude. Like, listen, you see, I like how Namir presents himself in interviews, especially with No Jumper. But the way this dude just spazzed out on social media about people ragging on, it's like, bro, you release.
You blame that?
Exactly. My thing is whoever his crew was, because listen, I know for a fact, if I had made something like that and I sent that to you, you would not have let me
I
live.
swear to God, if
you would not let
me
live.
Something remotely close to Soul Train, I swear to God, I am.
There ain't no redo your delivery or no. It's like delete that song.
It would be
delete.
It would be like, listen, bro, you gotta scrap this. You gotta put this in the burner, because if anybody sends me a song remotely close to Soul Train, I'm scrapping it. I could have made something so much better in 5 minutes than this dude did with Soul Train. As a matter of fact,
let's do a freestyle, bro. Exactly.
Let's do a freestyle. Pull up a beat. Let's do a freestyle.
Bet. Say less, bro. Say less. Shoot. Oh, I don't know why I put De Niro. That's one of the beats that I use from one of my tracks. I'll be coming out soon.
Bring tuned. Up the Namir beat. I could have done a better job on that Soul Train beat than him.
Oh, brother. Of course we get an ad. We always get ads. Ads is just like a thing that we get.
Summertime. Yeah, it's the summer and we kicking it. You know how we do. It's the summer. Okay. It's the summer. Hey, and you know what we do? Okay.
No, but we stopped it there. No, that's it, brother. We stopped it there. But that was better, though. That was better. That 24 seconds was better than anything he did,
But listen, bro, because we probably would have gotten copywritten right there. And I wasn't finna say something else but that. But anyway, listen, bro. All I'm saying is that Soul Train is trash. Yeah, and anybody, if they actually sat down and wrote something, would have done better. So much better on that beat.
Done so much better. He should have his yes man, bro. He better fire his whole crew for that. But bro, number one, but just
scrap the whole record label for that.
Exactly. But just like going back to like the thing of him falling off, like I really do believe, like I genuinely think, like Namir's chance came and went. And he had a chance to do something great. And he ended up dropping. I'm just gonna say it's the worst album of the year. It is the worst album of the year, in my opinion. It's the worst album of the year.
Yes, nothing is worse than that album. I don't think I've heard any album worse than that album. And I thought that the worst album of the year
I'd say Lil
would.
Skies album. My personal opinion, I think it was that Skies album. That
I
was so
haven't listened to
boring.
Lil Skies album.
It was very boring to me. But what would you say was your worst album?
Shoot. Probably. I don't really care for that Lil Loaded album.
Oh, that
Well, I don't really.
well,
I
that
don't
came
really
out in
listen to too
2020.
many albums like that. I don't listen to too many albums like that. But out of the ones that I did at the time, it was the Lil Loaded one, because on the ones
but
where
that
he
was
was
back in
trying to
2020
sing and
though.
stuff, it just didn't go with his whole flow.
Yeah, but
I don't know. I didn't like
that was back in 2020 though.
Oh, 2021. Oh yeah, I haven't listened to any 2021 albums except for Soul Train.
Vigilant.
Vigilant.
I'm trying to think, bro. Is there like an album that is that? No, man. I think that is the worst album of the year.
I think that is the worst.
Hey,
album.
his chance to be redeemed is if Coi Leray drops an album. I feel like that junk gonna be dirt.
I feel like
that junk gonna be dirt.
It's gonna be absolutely terrible
because she just had a song with Kodak.
Didn't what's his face CJ drop an album in 2021 or like some sort of mixtape type thing in 2021?
I think that was in 2020, but no, that was trash.
But
I like that better than Vigilant though. I like that better than Vigilant though.
Shoot. Who else? Pooh Shiesty's would have been up there. I didn't like Pooh Shiesty.
You didn't like Pooh Shiesty? Oh, I heard people say that almost was.
I mean, it was okay. It
was mid. It was mid, but it wasn't trash though, right? It wasn't trash.
No, it wasn't trash. No. It wasn't trash. It wasn't trash. It was definitely not worse than Vigilant. Vigilant was.
Yeah, Lil Skies album was very mid to me because there were some songs that like I really messed with. There's others that I'm just like, bro, that junk was trash. But yeah, man.
Yeah, but I feel like Lil Skies is not really for everybody. I don't like him, at least. I feel like he's for a certain type of group.
Yeah, he's for a certain type of people. I mean, that was just boring. I just found it boring. But
yeah,
going on to our next topic, man. I think I did touch on this in our last. I did touch on this in our last pod, but I want to give it a little bit more spotlight in this one. Megan Thee Stallion's tripping. I know we talked about it in our last pod, but I wanted to give it more of a spotlight because that was near the end of the pod. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And she was tripping.
Is tripping, bro. Megan Thee Stallion is tripping right now. So the baby, you already know the situation. He did his little music video thing with Tory Lanez, and now Megan Thee Stallion, because the baby did this whole music video with Tory Lanez, she's trying to call the baby a fake industry person. She's trying to call him an industry person, that he's fake, he's two-faced, just all this stuff. And it's like, whoa, Megan, just for a music video. So the baby kind of replied and said it's not even like that, and she is still tripping, still freaking out about it. And
you know what? But that could lose her like a lot of friends in the industry, because who wants to work with somebody like that? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And another thing is, like, she's a hypocrite too. Like, you did a song with Nicki Minaj, you turned around to this song with Cardi B. You know what I mean? Nicki and Cardi are sworn enemies. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So because Nicki feels like Cardi is like trying to be her. Same with Megan.
Well, I mean, she is. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B are just Nicki Minaj clones. I'm not taking it back. I'm not trying to take away from the fact that, yeah, Megan can spit, Cardi can spit. I ain't taking away from that. But they, at the end of the day, they are Nicki Minaj clones. Nicki
Minaj is the OG, all right? She is the...
I say she's the GOAT. I say she's the GOAT. She's still the GOAT female rapper.
She is the original Slim Shady, all right, when it comes to these females and what they be doing.
And they all copied her.
Nicki Minaj is the GOAT of all these female rappers. She started the whole twerking, sexy, hot girl, summer type stuff.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's not all she made though. Like, man, I wonder if I should really get into this, but I really feel like I should, because I went to a barbershop and they were actually sitting out talking about this, and I'm like, huh, so I'm not alone in this opinion. You know what I mean? Is that my problem with the female rappers nowadays? The reason why I like, the reason why I feel like the future, the reason why I like Doja Cat and Big Lotto more than Megan Thee Stallion and a Cardi B is because the reason why I like old Cardi B, like Invasion of Privacy, is because all she talks about now is sex. That's all she talks about. And with the women say it's like, so if a man does it, it's okay, but if a woman does this, it's not like that. Because though Tiger talks about sex a lot, that's not all he talks about. You know what I mean? That's not all he talks about. Even though King Von may go and make even though King Von may rap about guns and violence, that's not the only thing he's gonna go and rap about. You know what I mean? Same thing with Drake, same thing with Future. That's not all they rap about. That's all Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B rap about. That's why I say this, bro. Megan Thee Stallion, to me, she was at her peak when she released that Fever mixtape. That's when she was at her best right there, man. Was when she released that Fever
Actual
mixtape.
best or your opinion best? Actual best or your opinion? Because actual best, Savage. Grammys. That
Okay, well, that's
step.
like success. I'm talking about like just like her rapping, her music to me, it was at her best when it was on Fever. Fever to me is still her best mixtape because Sugar wasn't bad. Sugar was mid. Her album, her Good News album, that was trash. I don't care. That was trash. Okay, that was complete garbage.
It was pretty trash.
But Fever was good. It had songs like Big Old Freak. Had that one song with the baby. Yeah, man, that was a good album. That was a good.
Because I mean, like Megan used to have a balance. She used to talk about some of that stuff, but she used to have bars too. She used to have bars.
But the thing is that
Cypher Megan with that XXL Cypher Megan was prime. She would talk about that stuff sometimes and kind of tie it in, but she had bars. She literally would just spit and just go for forever. It seemed like she had one of the top ciphers on XXL. She was blowing up too, and she was different because she wasn't just all she talked about was just her.
Well, I mean, okay, well, I'll say this. All she did talk about was sex, but she wasn't so out there. Like nowadays, like back then, Megan would have alluded to it or at least used words that weren't, now she just says.
Now it's comes just out here. Now Megan, she's like, oh, I made it already type mentality. And she is coming in here just.
She just talks like listen, bro.
Instead of talks freely, she's like, and nah, I'm not even gonna say the heinous stuff.
Exactly, like y'all know what we're talking about. But back then, she didn't straight up say it. She was just like, what she was talking about, obviously, but it wasn't as vulgar as it is now. You know what I mean? Now these female rappers are going out here just straight up saying, I'm like, bro, I ain't never heard somebody say something like that. And
these songs are getting on the radio too for children. Like I'm hearing some.
I'm like
Body was on the radio in a suburban radio station, and I'm like, okay, why is this on my radio station? You know what I'm saying? My mom turned on the radio. I just hear body yada yada yada.
I was like, man. Bro. Yeah, I heard that on the radio too. I had to tell. I told the driver, hey, change the song, bro. Change the junk, bro. Please do me a favor.
Bro,
take me out my misery, please.
Because some second graders gonna come into their school and start saying body yada 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 yada.
It's already happening. It's already happening. But listen, bro, I will not take away from the fact that Megan has a very positive impact on women, though. I won't take that away from her. But I think from a musical perspective, she was at her best in 2019 with Fever. I think she was at her best musically when she dropped Fever. I thought that was such a great mixtape. Thought it was really good. Thought it was really well done. And I gotta give her props for that. Sugar wasn't bad neither. It was mid. It was very mid to me, but it wasn't bad either. I actually liked a lot of songs off of it. But her first album, I didn't like that at all. I also don't like I don't also like that all of her music now has this politically, it sounds so politically motivated. Like before, I used to be able to listen to a Megan Thee Stallion song and just be like, now it's like every time I turn on Megan Thee Stallion song, I'm like, it just has this
It's like she's
huge
trying to
toxic
exactly be
feminist
toxic, like she's
anthem.
gotta prove something to you type stuff. Like, listen, bro, she nowadays, right? Let's say Megan Thee Stallion won. All right, this is hypotheticals. All right, this didn't actually happen. Let's say Megan Thee Stallion wins a Grammy for best female artist, all right, but doesn't win a Grammy for best album or something, all right? Let's just say that. Her next song will be talking about how she should have won the album. She'll be like talking about how it's men keeping her from winning the best album.
I wouldn't say that, but it's like I see what you're saying, but I wouldn't say that. I would say like more like
I would say that.
Okay, so the thing what I mean by her music is politically, I would sound so political. It's like, okay, so it sounds like every single time she drops a song, she's trying to make it a feminist anthem. Instead of trying to make a good song for the masses to enjoy, it sounds like she's trying to make a song for only.
Well, we knew that.
Only black women are supposed to enjoy. I mean,
new.
I know we've been new, but it wasn't always
this.
Like that. That's why I say Fever was at her peak, because like I can still listen to her, you know what I mean? And that's why I feel like, I don't know, man. That's why
because
I feel like
most
Cardi
of her
B
audience is now this feminist thing, so she has to appeal to that audience.
But that wasn't the case, though.
When she started releasing her TikTok hit songs, she started to get more people who were of that feminist LGBT. Well, I mean,
just female, just say female.
Yeah, sort of thing, and
which I understand, but it's like
some in the LGBTQ plus and males,
which I understand, sort of, but she also needs to remember that she got
that audience. But I'm just saying that feminist audience is like, it's
y'all know how I feel about
audience that she could be pleasing is down here, and if she makes a song that's appealing to that audience, her feminist people who are like way up here will be like, okay, what the heck? And then they'll drop.
I disagree. I completely disagree, because I think they're going to support her simply for the fact that she's a woman. And I think that if she makes fire music. I mean, but how did she get to where she was? How did she get to where she was? She got to where she was not because of both of her. She has a male audience and a female audience.
I understand that. And but she got to the male audience, female audience, where everybody was saying Megan Thee Stallion's fire regardless. Then she started making music like targeted for females type of thing.
But that only happened after WAP though. Like once you drop WAP in her album,
stuff, whatever, after WAP, whatever it was, all right. Then that female audience started to boost her, and that's what's getting her all these Grammys, all these nominations and stuff. Where when she was pleasing both, she was doing good, but she wasn't getting 3 Grammys. She didn't have this whole super support system that she has now.
But she doesn't have a stable support system. She's losing all of her friends.
The hotties with their feminist thing. If she goes back to pleasing both her now audience, which is the hotties, the females, will be like, okay, because now these females have associated Megan Thee Stallion with being a female anthem singer type thing, like rapper or whatever. Now these females know Megan Thee Stallion for empowering them and making these sort of raunchy, vulgar songs that talk about whatever the case may be. That's what now a lot of girls know her.
But she can do that without this whole political side to her music. Like, listen, number one, bro, she just dropped a song, and that stuff has flopped. All right, her song "Thought Stuff" has flopped. It is completely flopped.
Her song, that song was garbage,
and it flopped. So, and she's not favored right now by the public. Besides for her own fan base, everyone's against Megan right now. You know what I mean? So she needs to take a little bit of a look and see where she went wrong. You know what I mean? For one thing, she needs to stop acting like her problems with Tory Lanez are everyone's problems with Tory Lanez. You know what I mean? That ain't the case. I'm just gonna keep it a stack, Megan. You need to open your eyes. Nobody but your fans care about the fact that you got shot. Okay. I'm sorry. People cared for a week until they saw you twerking at a club, and then they didn't care anymore. And to this day, people don't care. Okay. We don't even know if Tory Lanez is even gonna be convicted of this crime. Because as slow as the court system is moving right now, what that's telling me is they don't got nothing on him. Okay. Besides, for your word, they have nothing on him. Because if they did, I guarantee you, he would have already been in front of a judge. It's almost a year. Charges have been filed, and he has not seen a judge yet. Come on.
And Scat has been out longer, has double views than her. It has 20 million.
Exactly. Like, I'm just saying. I'm starting to get the idea that they don't got nothing on Tory. I'm really starting to get that idea that they really don't have nothing on Tory. Maybe I'm wrong. And if Tory did it, I hope I'm wrong. You know what I mean? But right now, I'm like, I don't think they have anything on him. Because if they did, I think he would have been in front of a judge already. You know what I mean? But the fact, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like Tory Lanez.
Listen, bro. I don't think Tory did it. It sounds so sus.
They're both of their sides don't make sense. I remember Black Speaks made a video about this a couple days ago, and he said, listen, if you have an opinion that Tory did, like if you 100% believe Tory did it, like listen, Black Speaks said this, you cannot 100% say Tory did it. You cannot 100% say he didn't do it. We do not have the information. Both sides don't make sense. Both sides contradict themselves on multiple occasions. You cannot 110% say that Tory did it. You cannot 110% say that he didn't do it. And I completely agree. I completely agree. I am in the complete neutral because I'm like, listen, number one, I don't care. Number two, both sides make no sense. Megan's side makes no sense. Tory's side, well, Tory's not saying enough for it to make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Tory said that he can't say anything.
And Megan, for what she has said, makes no sense. And the fact that Megan has lost her friend, you know what I mean? So I feel like Megan Thee Stallion right now is creating a environment around her right now, which is showing a more toxic side of her. Let's be honest. These past few months, year, I would say, has really shown us like the true Megan Thee Stallion. I've been saying it for the longest. We're about to see who Megan Thee Stallion really is. Right now, you're seeing shades, you're seeing cracks in the road. You know what I mean? Soon, that whole road's gonna come apart and it's gonna need some redoing very soon. You know what I mean? I'm just saying it how it is. We're seeing cracks into who Megan truly is. We're seeing cracks.
Yeah.
Soon, we are gonna see that whole road come apart. And I'm gonna keep the buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think that really the whole rap world is going to be against Megan, besides for, of course, the hotties, you know, of course. And it reminds me a lot of Nicki Minaj in 2018. The whole rap game was against her when she was going out of her way to diss Travis Scott, Astroworld, and all that other stuff. The whole rap world was against her. Everyone but the bars were against her. You know what I mean? And I feel like we're seeing a similar circumstance with Megan Thee Stallion. Pattern.
These Nicki clones got a pattern, man.
Yeah, we're seeing a similar pattern. And you got to remember, Cardi B went through the same thing. Everybody hated Cardi B. You know what I mean? Nobody liked Cardi B after her album won a Grammy over Astroworld. Nobody. They were, and when all that ghostwriting stuff came out, you got to remember, Cardi B fell off for a hot second. I wouldn't say she completely fell off, but she was on that cliff of falling off after that whole ghostwriting stuff came out to be true. You know what I mean? And then we started to realize, wait a second. You mean to tell me that Cardi B's top songs she didn't even make? You know what I mean? She was near falling off. You know what I mean? And then WAP came out. And then Up came out.
Oh, in this house, there's some more.
Then Up came out. And now, you know, we're here, you know what I mean? But you get what I'm trying to say.
But
is that
listen, bro. Have you heard, bro? Have you heard that TK? Have you heard the TK situation?
I'm with TK.
TK is trying to appeal his sentence or whatever.
It's not
So
gonna work.
now,
It's not
listen,
gonna work.
listen,
It's not
listen,
gonna work.
listen. He hired a lawyer, right? And apparently this lawyer was telling him that he could potentially be on house arrest and just get bond and be on house arrest for a long time and do probation and stuff if he just does good in jail or prison, if he just is on good behavior in prison.
How long would that take? How many years are we looking away? Like,
I have no clue how many years, but he said soon. Now soon could be 5 years, soon could be 3 years. We don't know.
Bro,
but he
looking at his
soon,
sentence, soon could be 20 years, my guy. Looking at his sentence.
That's true. That's true. But listen, bro, he said that he could get out on bond and be on probation and house arrest or something like that. He was on Instagram Live and said all this.
You know what? I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I can see them actually doing that. You know why? Because TK was what? 17, 16 when he committed the crimes.
Mm-hmm.
And what is he now? Like 20? I don't think he's 21. I think the dude's 21. What is he? Like 20?
I think he's 21.
Oh, wow. Well, exactly 21. I can see them actually doing that. But no, I can see that happening. Because the argument's just going to be made that he was very young and he doesn't deserve to have his whole life thrown away, even though he threw like 2 other people's lives away. But that's beyond the point, you know. Yeah, I could see them actually doing that. But,
imagine.
But I wouldn't want that. I personally wouldn't want. I want him. I think he deserves to spend his due time in prison.
Dude, because listen, bro, if you were to tell me back in 2017 when he was making fire music at a young age, I would have been like, free TK, you feel me? But I was like 9 years old, you feel me? But now I'm 14. This dude would not make any fire in the booth. There's no reason to have him out.
He's a menace to society. Legitimately, he's a menace to society.
He is a menace to society. There's no reason to have him out. It's not even like he'll come out and the reason why we want him out is to make fire music, because I honestly feel like he wouldn't drop nothing.
He turned back into Bobby Shmurda. Because Bobby, I don't think Bobby's dropped a dang
Bobby
thing.
hasn't dropped a single thing since coming out. And I don't know why, because he didn't use it to his advantage. What he should have done is as soon as he got out, get in that booth and drop a record the first day out. Everybody's going to think that it's fire. Everybody's going to think
no matter how trash it is. Because listen, it's the first day out. And the fact he didn't capitalize off his first day out, like, listen, bro, I've been hearing people say that Bobby Shmurda, when he drops, he's going to fall off. And I'm just going to be honest, bro. I think that unless Bobby genuinely makes good music, I think he's gonna fall off. I think he will fall off. Sure.
Because he hasn't dropped a single song. He hasn't taken. Hold on, I'm looking on his Instagram right now to see if he's announced any sort of thing.
I think he's announced stuff. He just hasn't dropped it. I think he's announced stuff, but he hasn't dropped nothing.
No, he hasn't. No, nothing. This dude.
But I'm interested to see what Bobby Shmurda does drop, because I did mess him a little bit after, you know, back like 2016 when I first listened to him. I did like his music a little bit. So I'm interested to see what he drops. But I think that for one thing, though, his rapping, like listen, you go and listen to some Bobby Shmurda rap songs right now. They're a little outdated. I think the way that he raps, his style, his lyrics, they're outdated. So in the songs that he previewed for us, they're a little outdated, you know what I mean? So I'm just saying, I think Bobby Shmurda could possibly fall off. People are saying Ski Mask fell off, and I'm like, I don't think Ski Mask fell off.
He just released an album or whatever.
I did see that. Haven't listened to it. It's called Sin of City. I don't know what it's called. I'm about to listen.
It's Sin City. That's
Sin
the name
City,
of it.
and
people haven't said that it's garbage, but people haven't said that it's good. So I really don't know.
I'm gonna listen to it because it's Ski. It's Ski.
It's Ski.
But it's not a full blown album though.
Something.
but it's not a full-blown album. It's like a mixtape. And I'm like, come on, Ski. Like, you
Yo,
haven't, like, listen, bro. I understand that you're grieving and grieve your brother's ex and Juice WRLD in your own way. No one should tell you how to grieve, but god dang.
not at the cost of
Like,
your career.
listen, bro, it's been years.
It's been 3 years since this dude's consistent, like I'm talking consistently drop music.
And we have been dying to hear something from you. And you have not given it. Like, listen, bro, Ski, grieve, please. But listen, you gotta choose now. You gotta choose now. You want to keep grieving, or do you want to actually preserve your rap career? You know what I mean? What would X want you to do?
Because exactly.
Honestly, what would X want you to do? Would he want you to keep grieving about him? Would Juice want you to keep grieving? Would X and Juice have wanted you to take your 3-year hiatus for them? No. They would have said, Ski, you better get in that studio. You better turn it up for us.
And you better turn it up for us. Turn it up. Because listen, bro, after X's death, this dude from the point of X's death, before his album, has dropped like 3-4 songs. It's like, bro. And then he took like that year break, a 10-11 month break after that
Then dropped carbonated water.
And then, like, bro, nah. But listen, bro, I don't get, because I've seen instances where people grieve and then, like, I know someone, right? I'm not gonna say their name, right? But I know someone that they loved died, all right? And when that someone that they loved died, they didn't do nothing. They had some kids. They weren't taking that. I mean, not they weren't taking care of the kids, but like they weren't going to work. They weren't, they would take the kids to school and then wallow in their pain. Like they were just wallowing in their pain. It's like, bro, life goes on.
Life goes on. What would they want you to do? Always ask yourself that question, bro. What would they want you to do?
What would they want you to do? Like, you don't want to sit here and hold yourself back over. Now, I'm not saying
don't grieve. Go through all the stages. Go through all the stages.
All right, grieving can be healthy in some circumstances.
And going through all the stages as well.
Exactly, but you cannot hold your life and most importantly your career back over a lost soul. All right, I just don't.
And that's especially because
they are to you, who they mean to you. You cannot.
They wouldn't want you to do that.
Your life because that person died.
Because listen, I'm just gonna keep it a stack, man. If someone close, like listen, but if someone close to me passed, guess what I'm doing right now? Making an album for him. That's what my next album's gonna be. Making an album. Got the album art. It's for him. You know what I mean? He died years ago, but it's for him. You know what I mean? It's my way of showing like, hey, I ain't forgot you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So if someone close me was probably die. For one thing, I probably wouldn't drop for a minute, but when I do drop, best believe I'm dropping for them. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I probably wouldn't
turn it up
either. But when I do, dropping for them type stuff. Now I don't
turn it up.
Music, but if I were to make music, I would be dropping for them. I might come out of retirement, may or may not come out of retirement. May or may not. You may see a return. You may not see a return. You never know. But just know that when I do return, I'm finna keep it real. You gotta go.
So we've been going for about 4 or 5 minutes. So I
think we can wrap it up.
Yeah, I think we can wrap it up. I gotta go to the movies.
Yes, sir.
See that Fast
Tell me how
9.
that junk is, because I've been hearing people have said that it's garbage.
I've been hearing people say it's garbage too, but I gotta see it for myself. So, hope y'all all have a blessed day, man. Sub up, like,
the books, man.
Follow us on Spotify, Google Podcast, whatever. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do some reactions here too. So, you all have a blessed day and peace.